everyone. Welcome back. Another live stream. I'm so excited to spend time with you again today, especially talking about how we can use better platforms than social media to reach our audience and to nurture them and to sell things and to basically make a side hustle or a living as a musician. So if you're with me, just drop a hello in the chat. We have a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a very fruitful stream for you guys today. Let me know who's here. Just drop a hello. Let me know where you're streaming in from. I love always seeing our global audience in the chat. And so there's something that you need to know about. It's the problem with social media. Okay, most artists, they try to build their fan base on social media, and that's understandable. That's probably the main narrative that you see on YouTube, that you see on Reddit about what you should be doing as an artist, and that's fair. But there's a huge problem, and you might not realize this, but free social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they're actually not free. Okay, you have to pay with your time, right? You have to pay battling this all-powerful algorithm that 99% of the time works against you instead of for you, right? Unless if you pay for ads, right? And we've all heard of paid advertising. But most of us were thinking if we just post enough, if we post the right type of content, if we get lucky, the Instagram algorithm gods will shine a light on us and we will get a lot of fans, right? We'll get a lot of followers. But even if you do everything right, even if you do collect a bunch of followers on social media, they'll never see your posts because of this algorithm holding back your reach. Your hard work disappears after a few hours, right? Because your posts get buried in the feed, right? If you post something today, 2 days from now, it's no longer going to be in the feed anymore, right? And as I mentioned earlier, in order to actually benefit from these tools, right, that are marketed as free, they say Instagram's free, use it to grow your audience. To actually benefit, you need to pay for ads. And so today we're going to talk about this problem, how to solve this exact problem, because I know a lot of us are putting a lot of hard work and effort into a system that's designed to work against us. So if you want to learn about this, say I'm ready in the chat. I want to see who's with me. What's up, Rebecca? Hey, thanks for tuning in. What is up, Mike? Good to see you again. Tuning in from Massachusetts. So good. J Yo Productions, what is up? So glad to be with you guys today. Okay, so there's a few problems here because the first thing that I want to highlight is that every time you have a new follower, that you gain a new follower on social media, you might think, and the misconception in the world is that you are adding fans to your fan base. And the real truth is that you don't own those fans, okay? And I'll tell you why. These platforms, they are after your data. You are the product, right? And I'm going to tell you to be weary of everything that seems free and seems valuable, right? You are actually the product, and your fans, your followers are the product of this platform. And so you're paying with your data, you're paying with your time. And the platforms, they own the fan base that you're working hard to gather, right? And that means that they can do whatever they want with them, right? And that includes blocking them from seeing your content with the algorithm, right? If you have low engagement on your posts, right, the algorithm's going to block your visibility, right? They're not going to reward you, right? What these social media platforms are trying to do is they're trying to push content that's going to allow them to feed ads so that they can profit, and they really don't have your best interest in mind, right? You can also get banned, you can get demonetized, you can get kicked off. Users can block you, and it's all without warning. You have no control, you have no say in fixing it. And then also, the algorithms are constantly changing. Remember a few years ago, let me know in the chat if you remember this. Instagram used to be a lot more useful. The algorithm used to push your posts a lot more. They used to have more engagement, more comments, more likes. You can literally scroll down in your Instagram profile and probably see a break in your history, in your posting history, where you got 300, 400, 500 likes per post, maybe more if your audience was bigger, and now it just dropped to maybe under 100 likes, maybe no comments. Let me know if that's happened to you in the chat, because that's definitely happened across the board. I've heard story after story. I've seen this on my own accounts. The algorithm affects us all, and it's a real thing that we need to contend with. Another thing too, and this is hilarious because this literally happened this week, but the entire platform can also be shut down. Did anyone else experience Meta products going down? Facebook, Instagram, everything. You couldn't even log in. It was pretty funny. That just highlights how little control that you have over your fan base if you're building it on a platform that you are just borrowing, that you're just accessing, that you are literally the product and someone else is profiting off of you. So, what's the solution for this? Well, I firmly believe that the solution to this is owning your fan base yourself. Okay, now what does that mean? Just as you have followers on Instagram or followers on TikTok or Facebook, whatever it is, you can collect fans in a different way that is not run on any platform. It's actually run off of your own website. And that fan collection system is based off of email. You might know what I'm talking about. It's called an email list. How many of you guys know what an email list is? And let me know in the chat if you have one. If you don't have one, let me know. And let me know, because I already know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, someone's going to tell me once again to build an email list. Hear me out. I think I'm going to change your mind today, but let me know where you're at. Okay. Jo says, we got to try to beat them from doing it. That's right. Artitech says, yep, have one. Amazing. Rebecca says, yes. Awesome. So here's the thing. Here's what I truly believe. Jose is, what is this, 1999? I know. That's honestly, I'll take a little side detour here, because yeah, that is usually what people think when it comes to email lists. They think, just blasting it out, people think getting into the spam filter, people think, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be subscribed to another list. This is not what I'm talking about. You might not realize this, but email has evolved since 1999 to actually be a lot more powerful than any social media. Email has evolved to perfectly integrate with your website so that you can send the right message at the right time to the right person. And people will actually love you when they hear from you, because you're not going to do email like you did back in 1999, or maybe you experienced. In fact, we all have experienced email in the negative way. If you open your inbox right now, I know this is how it is for me. There's probably 3 to 4 emails from people I've never heard of before that cold emailed me, that maybe harvested my data in some way. They're basically on the team of Mark Zuckerberg, using your own data against you, right? And that's not what I'm about. That's not what I believe email lists are about. And when you do it the right way, when you do it the way I'm going to show you today, I think you're going to see the power, the untapped potential that most artists are not even using to grow their sales, to engage and nurture their fan base, even to sell tickets and to do geo-targeting, unlike you can do on any other platform, right? You can't geo-target on Spotify. You have to pay to geo-target on Meta, on Instagram and Facebook. And so if you guys are ready to learn this, I have a lot to show you today. And jokes, I know you're joking, Jose. It's all good. Jokes aside, I don't have one either. It's okay. That's the way a lot of artists are. They haven't prioritized it because no one's ever explained email the way that I explain it, and no one's ever set it up the way that I'm going to show you today. Okay. Mike says, I have one offering a few unreleased tracks, but it's not working well. I'm going to show you a few things today, Mike. I think you're going to really enjoy this process. Jo says, I don't have one. You're in the right place today. And let's dive in. So here's what I want to put in your brain regarding email first, right? Every artist needs to create a journey for their fans. Okay. That's non-negotiable. Whether you are just using Instagram, you might not realize it, but you're already starting to create some kind of experience. You're already starting to create a journey, okay? It's just not a very good journey, and that's not your fault. You're just using a very limited tool, right? All you can do is just post the next post and hope and pray that your audience sees it. And most of the time they don't, right? The funny thing as well is if you do catch the algorithm, your post is shown to new people. And so if you didn't film it the right way, if you didn't capitalize on those eyeballs, it's actually just going to be wasted attention, right? The visibility that you happened to get, right? The algorithm gods blessed you, but maybe that visibility wasn't intentional. Maybe it was a post that you didn't really spend a lot of time thinking through. And that's always what happens on social media. Sometimes it's the simple posts, the one that we don't plan out so much, that actually go further than the ones that we actually try really hard on. And you probably have experienced this with a music video, right? You spend a lot of time and money on a music video, and a lot of budget, promoting it perhaps, and it just falls flat, and people don't really see it because the algorithm doesn't really pick up a music video, but it will pick up content that just looks like you filmed it in 2 seconds, because that's just how the platforms are designed, right? You guys feel me on that? Let me know in the chat if you've experienced that yourself. So, this is how email is different. If an email is sent, an email is received 100% of the time. Now, yes, I know there are such things as people putting in fake emails, typos. I'm not talking about that, because it's very easy to clean your list up from those mistakes, right? But if you have an email list full of people who have subscribed and do want to hear from you, if an email is sent, an email is received, right? There's no algorithm, there's no limitation. And this is the only way that you can communicate directly and as often as needed to truly nurture a fan base, right? That's a better journey that you have the opportunity to create. Okay. Have you guys heard of the number of times that it takes in order to turn a new listener into someone who actually remembers who you are? You might not know this, but on average, it takes 7 times for someone to discover you, experiencing your content, to finally know who you are, to remember who you are enough to purchase or to take the leap into some kind of experience that you're offering. Yeah, you guys nailed it, right? 6 to 12 touches in sales. Exactly. So, this is what's required. And if you're using social media as this touch point tool, that was a great word that you used there. You don't know if 10 posts is going to get you there, 30 posts is going to get you there, 100 posts are going to get you there with your subscriber, or with your fan rather, on social media, because they probably are not even seeing your posts. And the ones that do pick up the algorithm, they're getting shown to new people, not the people that you want to nurture. Do you see a problem here? And so with email, that consistency of every time an email is sent, an email is received 100% of the time, that actually gives you the correct tool to nurture through those 7 touch points, or those 6 to 12 touch points if you're going for the sale, right? 12 interactions is a lot of interactions, especially when we are competing for attention. And that brings me to my next point. With email, you don't have to compete with a fast-paced, video-based feed where you're literally competing against every creator, every niche, right? And then not only that, but the algorithm's holding you back on top of that, right? In your inbox, you have a fixed number of subscriptions, right? You might be one of the few, one of the special few that they're subscribed to, right? And so you're not necessarily competing anymore. You are a part of perhaps a morning routine. You are a part of a personalized digest that isn't based on fast paced dopamine hits, but you are actually inside of a relationship building, slower paced, intentional system that you are in complete control of. And you get to decide if you want a longer experience, a shorter experience, one with images, one with just text. You can start out with a story. You can start out with a catchy offer, right? You can do anything you want in this medium. And I know what you're thinking. Uh, aren't I just going to get wrapped up with companies, with Black Friday sales, with 15% off coupons? And here's the thing, uh, you're not a company, and I don't want you to be, okay? You are a musician. And so I want you to do email like a musician. And this is actually going to decrease the competition in the mind of your fan, in the mind of the email reader, right? If you try to mimic, the Best Buy, Home Depot emails, if you try to mimic the e-commerce stores, right, with just banners and images and grids and galleries of products, you're not actually being the musician you were meant to be in the mind of your subscriber. Okay? You need to be the absolute most creative version of yourself just in text form. That's what I believe, at least. And you're already a storyteller through songwriting. So why not take those same stories, the same influence that you crave with your music, and have that same impact, the same messaging, and use that same storytelling muscle in the inbox as well. I'll tell you what that's going to do. That's going to reveal your personality as a creative in a whole new way, that you can't accomplish inside of a song in just 3 minutes. You can't accomplish that on social media without a lot of work, without a lot of intentional video crafting. That is possible, but I think it's a lot easier to do it inside the inbox. It's a lot easier to sit down in the morning for 15 minutes and write a little story about behind the scenes of the new song that you're about to leak to new fans, right? Or write a little story about why you chose that location for the music video, or why you're choosing to collaborate with this artist, right? This is the kind of stuff that you can easily do with low friction. You don't even have to get out your phone camera to do this. And it's going to end up in a low competition, intentional space on the internet that you're not combating with other creatives, with other videos, with literally a 1 second attention span swipe. I hope you're seeing the benefit from this. Jo says, so glad I'm learning about this. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. Never Fear says, I'm so sick and tired of years of hard work and nothing pays off. Yes, I feel that as well. That's how social media is a lot of times. Now, I'm not saying social media is worthless. Don't get that from me. I think social media has a place, especially if it works alongside of your email list. Now, let me show you some stats really quick, right? Because a lot of people think, well, okay, I need to work on social media more, and then I need to work on email second, right? Because I mean, not a lot of people use email, right? More people are on social media, surely, but that's actually not the case. Let me pull up some stats for you, right? 3.4 billion people on social media. There's 3.8 billion using email, right? There's more. And when surveyed, when these same people were surveyed and asking them, what is your preferred channel to receive promotional messaging, right? Because we all know eventually, especially as a musician, we're going to have to promote our album. We're going to have to promote our t-shirt, our Patreon. We're going to have to sell tickets to a live show one day, or maybe tickets to a virtual stream for a live show, right? We all know we're going to have to promote. We're going to eventually have to make that sale, make that transactional ask. The respondents said that 20% preferred it on social media, but 60% preferred to actually be promoted to through email. Isn't that mind-blowing that you actually are in an environment where they're more ready to receive your offers, your updates, especially your paid updates, right? Like a new merch drop or a new album that you're printing physical copies, maybe physical vinyls, something special, maybe a bundle that you're creating for them. In the inbox, they are far more likely, 3 times more likely, to positively receive that news compared to social media. Because at the end of the day, on social media, what do people prefer? People prefer just to be mindlessly entertained. And once again, social media does have a place in your strategy, But that's where you're going to want to do cover songs, and that's where you're going to want to do little song idea sneak peeks, and you're going to want to repost and mash up content. All of that is great fun and great entertainment. But the most important channel actually is your sales channel, right? And email is 3 times preferred compared to social media for the most important thing that you're ever going to have to do if you want to have a side hustle as a musician or create your full-time music income. Email is going to be the better path. Not the only path. It works in an ecosystem. Make sure you hear me correctly, but it's going to be the better, more important path for sales. Speaking of sales, let's talk about conversion rate. Conversion rate is the percentage of people who actually buy compared to the people who hear about you, right? And on social media, this is the same data, by the way, same survey. 1.9% actually purchase something on social media, whereas through email, 6% actually convert. So there you go. There's that same 3x performance of people actually buying. And then I can go on and on and on, but here's the final one that I want to bring home. Even if you decide to go all in on social media and you're doing a great job, at the end of the day, you're going to get a higher return on investment with email, simply because the time that it takes to write an email is so small compared to video editing. And the return financially that one email can bring is so much higher compared to a single social media post, because the amount of followers you would have to have before you overcome this battle that you're having with the algorithm, before you actually maybe get a paid sponsor, right? You get sponsored by Fender guitars, maybe before you actually have a relevant way to share your merch without actually tanking your watch time, right? Because social media is all about watch time. How long does someone actually watch through your video, right? All of that is working against you when that's a non-factor in email. And you're actually going to profit more for every minute spent as you invest in email. How many of you guys have never heard this before? How many of you guys actually are starting to have light bulbs go off in your brain? And if that's you, let me know in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions, because I will do Q&A at the end of this, because I've been doing email for a long time. I've managed lists that are in the tens of thousands of subscribers. I've helped artists build their lists to over tens of thousands of subscribers. And so let's take a couple questions, and then I'll move to part 2 of this live stream. I want to make this interactive. So thanks so much for being here. But let me know if you're getting value from this. Let me know if this is the kind of stuff that you want to hear. And I'll continue after we get some questions in the chat, and we'll move into part 2. But if you guys are good, let me know, and I'll keep going. If you guys are good, I can keep going with the presentation today, and we will still do Q&A at the end. You guys good? You want me to keep going? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to follow your instructions, so get on that keyboard. Rebecca says, love it. All right, Rebecca is the solo vote. Here we go. So, in a nutshell, more people prefer to get your promotion material via email. More people buy stuff on email. Email has a higher engagement percentage, so you're more likely to make money. Email is the answer, okay? So, how do we make money through email, right? That's probably what we all want to know, right? So, this comes with no secret. We need to build email as a feature through all of the activities that we're going to do as a musician. Now, let me list some of those activities. They'll probably sound familiar to you. We're going to record music. We're going to release said recorded music. We'll probably do some music videos or maybe some social media videos. We'll probably build some merch or build a merch store, maybe a couple of merch drops. We might eventually have a Patreon membership, right? And we might do paid live stream performances if we want to reach a global audience, or we might play out local performances. We also might go on a tour, right, around our country or neighboring countries, neighboring states if you're in the United States. So those are the actions that we're going to perform no matter what as an artist, right? Do you guys agree with me? And let me know if you've done all or some of these things. So all we need to do is change our mindset from and I'm going to call this the subscribe to the newsletter mindset. That doesn't work, by the way. And I see a lot of you guys sharing that you've tried building a newsletter and it just doesn't work. Here's the other approach. And this nuance I think is going to blow your mind. Instead of building a newsletter, use email as a feature and a mechanism to do all the things you're going to do anyways. Okay. I'll say that again. Use email as a feature and a mechanism to do all the things you're going to do anyways. I had a conversation with an artist just yesterday, and this is a reoccurring conversation that I have with my clients when it comes to having more effective marketing campaigns, having faster audience growth, because all artists want those two things. Now, the conversation in this story goes that this artist, he was doing all of the usual stuff. He was promoting on Spotify. He was doing pre-save campaigns. He was performing locally. He was making merch and doing all of the things that you're supposed to do as an artist. And those are all great things. Those are all very important things. And he was right for doing it. But then I asked him, actually, I assumed, I was like, that's great. Your email list should be in the thousands by now. And he actually said, actually, I only have like 42 people on my email list. And what I shared with him that day was that he was already doing all of the right things to grow his mailing list. He just wasn't using the feature of having a mailing list in order to deliver the experience and enhance the fan journey. I'll give you an example of it, but I told him the secret to all of this is to think of the thing on top of the thing, right? Think of the gift, think of the experience, think of the bonus on top of the thing that you're doing, right? The thing on top of the thing, right? Once I told him this, light bulbs went off in his mind. He was like, oh my gosh, I just realized the potential that I've missed out all this time. So let's give some examples of this. Live performances, right? Spotify pre-saves, all these things. Those are the normal actions that we're all going to do anyways. Those are the things. Now let's brainstorm the thing on top of the thing. If you're going to be performing live locally, let's just say at your local video or your local venue, how can you grow your mailing list through that action that you're already going to be doing? Well, there's a few things. Every time you perform live, you absolutely should have an email list sign up on your merch table, and from the stage, offer something for free in exchange for an email. Okay. You can do that with tech using a QR code, or you can literally say, come to the merch booth after the table. I have a free gift for you. Right. That's the 1.0 version. The 2.0, and that's an example of the thing on top of the thing, right? You're going to perform, but think of the thing on top of the thing. Think of some kind of extra effort that you could put in to make the most of these unicorn dates in your music career, because that performance is only going to happen one time, right? You performing in front of that crowd, that unique crowd, is only going to happen one time. And so literally in marketing, you have a unicorn opportunity to reach brand new people. And a lot of artists take this for granted, right? You need to take advantage of those. But that's just 1.0 version, right? You can even make the 2.0 version and do both of these things. Like you can say, sign up at the merch table, do all that freebie, all that good stuff, QR code. You can go one step further. This is actually something that Marcelo did. It worked really well. Marcelo, just throw like a hello in the chat, just so people know that you're here and this is real. What Marcelo did, and this was genius, is that he said everyone that buys a ticket gets a special QR code for the merch booth. Now, there's multiple things firing off here. He thought of the thing on top of the thing on top of the thing. This is an actually well-crafted experience that he's building on top of the action that he's already going to perform anyway as a musical artist, right? And so, okay, let's talk about his cool promotion. He said everyone that buys a ticket gets a QR code at the merch booth. Well, that means in order to cash in that QR code to get the free sticker, the free merch item, the free high five, the free signed album, whatever you want to do, or even a discount, you can say, here's the QR code for the 10% off at the merch booth, right? You can do stuff like that. What he's doing is he's not only building a cool way to increase ticket sales, but he's also crafting a built-in engagement boost because people need to physically show up to a show in order to actually show the QR code at the merch booth, right? He's actually forcing his fans to take action, get off their butts, right? They could consume his album on Spotify. They could just watch his YouTube videos. But in order to take advantage of this special one-time opportunity, they actually do need to go see him in person. And they're going to be better off for it. They're going to have a great time. They're going to rock out while he's on stage. And they're going to be able to use that QR code at the merch table. Now, you're probably wondering, how does email fit into all of this? It goes back to something I said 5 minutes ago. You use email as the mechanism for the thing on top of the thing, right? You're just being a creative crafter of experiences. And it is it's already inside of you. I know it is. The creative bone that is inside of you for songwriting, for collaborating, for production, if you record yourself, that same creative muscle is also the person, I know it is, the person that wants to love on your fan base and create the most epic experience for them. And so I want to give you permission to dream a little bit as you have these unique opportunities, these unicorn opportunities, like a show. I love that you love that, right? And to make the most of every single person that comes your way and that listens to your music. So here's the idea. You use email to deliver these things in real time. Social media doesn't have these features. Social media does not have the ability to automate. Social media doesn't have the one-to-one conversation element that's so important and so intimate, especially when you're trying to nurture and grow a relationship with a fan base. But here's the great part. It's one-to-one, but it's also one-to-many. You get to scale your efforts while still remaining personal, and social media cannot do that. So let me show you a little bit of how I would set this up. How does that sound? Do you guys want to see the tech, or do you guys want me to still continue with the presentation? I'll let you guys decide, and then we'll switch into Q&A for you guys if you guys have questions about this. Let me know in the chat. Before we do, I want to give you another example of the thing on top of the thing, right? Let's say that you you guys are begging for the tech. Okay. Okay. Tech is coming, and then I'll give you one quick example. So let's say that you worked hard to tech. Yes. All right. I'll make this short, guys. Let's say you guys are working on a new song. Okay. And the strategy is clear. It's far more effective to work on something in public rather than to be an artist in the creative cave. How many of you guys have heard me talk about the creative cave before? It's a little bit funny, you know, because this is how I am by default, okay? I just want to be in my dark music room. I just want to work on my music in my digital audio workstation, and I don't want to share it. I am very comfortable in the cave, and when it's perfect, when it's ready, then I will take my song and I'll chuck it through the opening in the cave, and then people can hopefully love it, and I'll just remain here being the dedicated creative that I am in my mind, right? But here's what happens if you live in your creative cave. People won't know what you're doing. They won't see any of your creative process. They won't actually get nurtured by you. And when you do chuck that song out of the opening of the cave, the social media algorithms likely are just going to be like, well, this is the first time you posted in 6 months. You're not relevant, apparently. And so we're not going to show it to anyone. So here's the alternate way. Using social media to share your process and then using email to deliver on the elevated experience is what I've found to be the best combo. And that's another example of the thing on top of the thing, right? So you're already going to write songs, you're a songwriter. You're already going to work on the production. Maybe you're working with a producer. Maybe you're working solo because you have digital audio workstation skills yourself, right? What's the thing on top of the thing? Well, I need to create some kind of elevated experience, some kind of extra opportunity while I'm writing the song. And that could be very simple. That could be even saying, in your content, "Hey guys, here's a song that I'm writing. Let me know. I only have the verse and the chorus. Let me know what you think of it, and tell me if I should finish it." You've probably seen content like this because this is very much the best thing to do right now. This is very much the uh, the creating in public concept rather than the artistic cave concept. That doesn't work, right? Creating in public is relational, right? Creating in public is vulnerable. And if you are sharing your creative process in small steps, you don't even have to have anything finished. You can literally say, "Hey, this is what I have so far. This is what I want to show you. And let me know if you think this is great. Let me know if you want me to continue. Let me know your favorite part." This is also called audience research, by the way, which is literally more valuable than gold if you're trying to grow an audience, right? And so that content strategy plays beautifully with having your email be the delivery mechanism for some kind of elevated experience, right? And what that can look like is literally your call to action in your content could be, it's like, "Guys, here's the verse and the chorus for a new song. Let me know if you love it. In my Instagram bio, I actually just uploaded my demo that I recorded this week. It's the full length version of the song, the full length demo. I just showed you the verse and the chorus. Go to my Instagram bio and let me know what email I can send it to." Right? Do you see how you're now envisioning a journey for your fans? You're now thinking of the thing on top of the thing, and you're now using these marketing tools to push your fan deeper in connection with you, deeper along your journey on a guided path instead of just putting random social media posts out there. Most of them won't get seen. They're really just saying random stuff mixed in with all the other cat videos and whatever's in their algorithm, right? So this is the idea of how you can use email and you can use the tech that I'm about to show you to better engage your fan base. It goes hand in hand with social media. It actually is more effective than any thing you could do on social media alone. And the best part of it is that you have the ability to communicate with them further. Let me show you some tech. Are you guys ready for this? Tech is coming. Yeah, let me know. I know you guys want it. Okay, great. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. As you guys know, this is the second video in a series that we've been doing on this really powerful tech platform that's specifically geared for the types of creative marketing that we want to do as artists. Okay, and let me highlight something that's really important at first, right? Because this is a huge problem right now with the internet, with websites in general, with marketing, is that it's very expensive and it's also very disjointed, right? The portal that I'm showing you right now is basically the combination of a Wix website, of having a second additional piece of software like MailChimp or Drip or Active Campaign. It's also like having an additional piece of software like HubSpot or like Calendly for booking appointments and for engaging with paid customers. How many of you guys teach lessons, by the way? Teach music lessons. This software can help you do that. So it also replaces that software that I know a lot of online music lesson coaches are also paying for. And when you add it all up together, Wix is like $9 a month, and then Active Campaign is like another $29 a month for their basic plan. And then if you want e-commerce, then your Wix is now $29, or you have to have Shopify, which is another like $20 to $35, right? So when you add this up, everything that you're seeing in your portal right here is over $100 a month of software for about 25 to 30% of the cost. It's basically 66% discounted right here by having an all-in-one portal. Okay, that is the first benefit. And second, it has all of the advanced automation email features that I mentioned earlier in this stream that can help you grow your fan base as you're thinking of the thing on top of the thing, and you're building out experiences for your fans. Okay, yeah, that's great. Dude, you guys are having a love fest in the chat right now. I love it. I love the camaraderie here. Amazing. So guys, let me show you some tech, and let me show you how I would set this up. Let's go back to that example. Let's say that you're working on a new song, and you want to grow your email list so that you can eventually share your products. You can eventually create a list of captive fans that are ready for your new releases. And you can do all of this while you're already just doing the actions that you want to do as a creative person anyways. You're songwriting, you're recording, you're releasing your music. Here's how I would set it up. So this software is so simple to use. It has your emails built in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create something that's going to add people to our email list. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this template that I already downloaded. Whoops, I must have to refresh this page, but we're going to use the music download funnel. And here's our template. Now we can edit this however we want. And I'm going to actually delete a couple steps to make this simpler. And we'll keep the offer expired just in case we want to only have our download available for a small bit. But this is going to get us started. So I'm going to start editing this in real time for you so that you can start setting this up yourself. Oh, and by the way, if you want to try this software out, it's totally free. There is a paid version, but you can play around with it for free today. And the platform is called Active Brand. I'll open a new tab really quick and show you. Active Brand. It's right here. And also, I can also post this in the chat. So Active Brand is the all-in-one platform that has website just as one feature, but it has a full marketing suite built in behind your website. And that's what Wix is missing. That's what Squarespace is missing. And they'll say, like, build your website and your email list with Wix, or build, have your email welcome sequence with Squarespace. But that's like the kindergarten version. That's like preschool, right? And this is a whole kind of elite level email automation, marketing automation platform that's built on top of your website. So it's all fully integrated. You don't have to code anything. You don't have to embed forms. You don't have to grab the embeddable code or paste, JavaScript in your header or anything like that. This is all integrated, and it's a fully powerful marketing suite that's built on top of the website. The website's almost like a bonus because it has like the perfect drag and drop builder that you can just drag whatever you want. You can just drag a button, put it in there right there, and you can get rid of it if you don't like it. It's so easy. So it's the best thing I've used. I've used a lot of softwares. I use Bandzoogle, Wix, Squarespace. They all have kind of their cool, thing. But if you're really serious about growing your audience, no tool has really compared to this. So check it out. I posted the link in the description. It's called Active Brand. And oh, I'm getting the spinny wheel of death here. I might be using too much computer power, but we'll carry on. So here's what I want to do. I want to do that example that I showed you of building the thing on top of the thing. Uh, Here's the vision, right? I am working on a new song. I'm going to post social media content, sharing as I write, right? I'm building in public, right? Sharing my progress, sharing my heart for songwriting, sharing my heart for my fan base. And what I want to do is I want to build my email list through this process so that I have a captive fan base ready when the final mix and master drops on Spotify, right? And also when the merch comes and the Patreon comes and all that other stuff that I have planned in the future, right? Right. So envision that you or the artist that you're managing is in this situation, right? And we're going to first edit the headline, the most important thing. Oh, and another thing I want to do is I want to eliminate the navigation, right? To make this a squeeze page. Okay, I'm going to make this a squeeze page so that nobody can get distracted and click around and be like, oh, I want to check out the gallery or whatever it is, right? So I'm going to hide the header first thing. Okay. Bandzoogle can't do this. You'd have to like literally custom code your website. Squarespace can't do this. Trust me, I've built a lot of Squarespace websites for clients, and every time they want to do this simple thing of just hiding the navigation, it's it's a whole coding situation, right? And with this platform, you can do it in one click. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now I want to do a specific, relevant, captivating headline that in basically one line is going to summarize the entire benefit of why they're on the page, right? And on my content, I probably made that video that I scripted out for you earlier. You can steal that script, by the way. That is a real marketing script that works. The whole, hey guys, here's a new song I'm working on. Here's just the verse and the chorus, but I have a demo of the whole song that I just recorded, and I linked that demo in the link in description or in the Instagram bio, depending on what platform you're on, right? So once they find this page, we want it to be congruent with what they just heard in the video. And yes, this would be called a funnel technically. And in fact, the builder conveniently calls it funnels. This is the section. Oh, and don't worry. Yeah, that marketing script, it is recorded. And I just summarized it very quickly. But yeah, if you go back, you'll hear it in its fullness. So I want to have a headline that is going to basically be as congruent as possible with what they just heard. So I can write something like my latest song exclusive demo is ready for you. And then maybe yeah, that's good. My latest song, we can have this on a new line so it's easy to read. My latest song exclusive demo is ready for you. That's great. What shall we do next? Let's change this headline. Where should I send the demo? This is all just trying to be congruent with the exact moment that they are in their journey, right? That's all that marketing is. It's asking that question over and over again. Where are they now? And how can I speak to them exactly where they are and what they desire right now, right? So where should I send the demo? Put your email below so I can send you the latest song I'm working on. This is not released yet anywhere. Man, this is actually getting pretty juicy. If my favorite artist had this page, I would be really excited to see what the new track is, right? Okay, so this is our headline. Depending on what you actually write, you might want to increase the font size a little bit. There we go. That's looking cool. Uh, let's uh, let's see if this is just a stock image. We don't have to do anything right now, but you can always replace this with your own image. And then, yeah, let's do some juicy bullet points. Actually, this is a pretty relevant one, especially if you export it from your DAW and you export it in the WAV file format. This is actually true. It's better sound quality than Spotify. Uh, let's think of another juicy bullet here. Um, let's think of something we could do instead of the digital liner notes, because this is more of a casual offer, right? So throw in the chat, what should we use as this next bullet point for the exclusive demo sneak peek? Oh, I know a good one. We can do instantly. Oops, let's get Grammarly out of here. Let's get that. That's kind of annoying. I don't know if that showed up for you, but it was like blocking my whole text. Grammarly is an extension that's messing me up right now. Album release waitlist. That's great. Yeah. And then instant access, no shipping fees, obviously. Lifetime ownership is probably not the right word. See my dog's reaction in the new demo. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, all you have to do is just film a quick video and add that to the thank you page. That's like so hilarious. I love it. And so, yeah, in this simple builder, all we have to do is just copy this bullet point widget. It goes here to the clipboard, and you can see I have some other elements copied, and I'm just going to drag it down below right here, and I'm going to have a new bullet based on the copy. Guys, other web builders cannot do things like this. Trust me, man. I've been messing around with Squarespace, Bandzoogle, Wix for a long time, and just these simple, easy like copy paste feature. There's an undo button just in case you make a mistake. So easy. So, and then maybe I'll add an emoji here. Yeah, this is a little emoji plus see my dog. Oops. Dogs. I can't type and think. Reaction. Yeah, that's great. All right. Let's no, you did not answer the question wrong. This is perfect. Right. This is in marketing. This is the idea of stacking the value. This is the juicy bullet points, right? So here's your headline. This is stacking the value. You just don't have to think about it. It is just so fun, and it's so easy once you're presented something that's congruent with something that you've already enjoyed on social media. And yeah, just a quick side. It's so easy to have your domain name on this. I use this platform for my website. The domain it's like literally 2 steps to set it up. And there's videos that walk you through it that are already inside of the platform, just ready to go as soon as you sign up for the trial. So that's so easy. Yeah, to point to this platform. So easy. You could point your domain to a funnel. You could point your domain to the website homepage. You could do whatever you want, honestly. And so from here, all we're doing is just we're adding some extra fun info. So if you have any blog posts or any publications that you're featured in, you can add the logos here. Maybe like Pitchfork magazine is a really popular indie one. Maybe your local magazine, the LA Tribune was one. I was in the San Diego Tribune one time, so you can add that. Or if this is not relevant to your life and your brand, you can just delete it. No sweat. The reviews are in. This could be from fans. This could be from your family and friends. This could be from bloggers, right? If you have been featured on your past releases, right? All this is just so modular. You can decide to use or whatever. And then down here, a little artist bio. This your bio is really a message to the fan. And this is your chance to write something that is directly speaking to the person in the moment that they are now. This doesn't need to be the same bio that you've copy pasted from Spotify. It could be, but this is your opportunity to change it and to make it relevant to the moment that they're in right now. And yeah, so like honestly, without going too much into the weeds, like update this photo, write a little message right here. That's your bio, and this page is good to go. And this is what you can put in your Instagram bio as you're promoting the new song that you're writing in your organic content, right? So they put their name and their email. Now, what happens after they submit? Right? They're going to go into the next funnel step. And all of this is completely automated. You don't have to send them anything. You don't have to wake up and check your website. And the reason is because inside of this form, there's a few settings. When they submit their email, they're going to get a tag. They're going to get the new subscriber tag. And what we can do with tags is we can attach an action to that tag. So let me show you how to do this really quick. And another thing we can do is we can add them to the list. I think I already built my list. I'm going to add them to the master list, which is my master email broadcast list, right? So they're going to be added to the master list. They're going to be added a tag called new subscriber. And let's also add a tag that reminds me where they came from. This is always a good idea. So let's add a tag that's called demo sneak peek. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Sneak peek. There we go. Okay, so those are the two tags that the subscriber is going to get: new subscriber and demo sneak peek. All right, once this is all set, I'm going to hit save. And now, once they submit, they're going to get those two tags, okay? Remember that, or write that down in your notes. Okay, remember those two tags are extremely important for the automation. And they're automatically going to get redirected to this thank you page. This thank you page is awesome. Success, check your email inbox for the download. You can also embed a fun video of your dog's reaction. I really loved that. That was so funny. And you can do whatever you want on the success page. Honestly, you can share, a personalized message and embed a private YouTube video. You can share a relevant merchandise item, right? There's a lot of things you can do. The rule of thumb is just always asking yourself, where are they now? And what does my subscriber truly want? What does my fan truly want? And if you can answer that question honestly, you're going to be way ahead of most of the music marketers out there by just asking that question often and honestly. And so the next thing that I need to do, remember I told you to write down those two tags. We need to head over to emails and automations. I'm going to open this in a new tab. And obviously this is a test account. I don't have any subscribers in here yet. But I'm going to head over to automations. Okay. This is where I can set up those tags to actually deliver my freebie demo automatically while I'm sleeping, while I'm in the studio, while I'm in the tour bus, while I'm networking, right? No matter what you're doing, your website is almost like a clone of you. It's almost like having that PR manager or that marketing manager that's constantly working for you behind the scenes, making sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed and your fans are happy. Okay. And so they were just on your funnel page, right? They just saw your social media content. You just shared with them your latest song. You offered them a sneak peek of the demo. They wanted to see your dog, right? That's like a real desire, right? I love that. And so, oh, by the way, the platform I'm using is called Active Brand. I saw a few people ask. So this automation is kind of like having an assistant or a manager take care of your fan base for you. And we can do it in a couple steps. All we're going to do is create a new automation. I'll show you this from scratch. And remember, we're in the email and automations tab, whereas before we were in the builder tab. So this is not just an email software, and this is not just a website software. It's so much more than both of those. And guys, I've used a lot of professional marketing software. Um, and I used all the advanced features, right? I have to use it myself. I have to use it for my clients. And these are the professional features, right? This is not the basic stuff that you get for free in Wix or in Squarespace. This is not the the MailChimp version of it where it's like, yeah, you can kind of blast your list and you can kind of do a few things, right? This is a full marketing suite. Okay. So over here, oh, sorry, I keep going to the wrong tab. I'm going to create a new automation. Okay. I'm going to start from scratch and I'm going to call this automation. This takes like 3 minutes to set up, by the way. Demo sneak peek delivery. And I always like using little shortcut terms. I would call this a welcome, right? Because this is going to be their first email. So I'm going to call this a welcome sequence. I usually use the acronym welcome sequence 1, right? Because this is the first welcome sequence that they're ever going to experience in their journey, WS1. So WS1, demo sneak peek, it's the delivery. And I'm going to hit submit on this, and I'm going to start building this automation. So remember those 2 tags that I showed you earlier on the form? That's the new subscriber tag, and it's the demo sneak peek tag. I'm going to use the demo sneak peek tag to power this automation. So it's asking me, when do you want the automation to start? Well, I want this to start as soon as they get that tag from this form. And so I'm going to click the selection tag is added. I'm going to select my tag, and I'm going to select demo sneak peek. Here it is right here. It's pre-populated in the list. It's a beautiful platform, very intuitive and easy. It's great. So that is selected. That is now the trigger for my automation. All I need to do now is deliver on the promise on the thank you page right here. The thank you page says, success, check your email inbox for the download. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new email. I am obviously doing a test tutorial right now, so I'm just going to put test in everything. Test from the sender, test from the email. All right. So this platform is really great. It has lots of great email templates. It's a drag and drop builder. You guys know me. I like keeping things simple. I usually do a plain text email like this, where I email as if I'm emailing my friend, right? I email as if I'm in Gmail and they receive it just like it's a friend communicating to a friend. But here's the power of this. You also have the drag and drop of all of the professional email blocks or sections that you would see from any other email tool that's on this professional level, right? So you got countdown timers, you got the ability to add logos in your footers, promo codes, product listings, anything. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to drag a button. And this button, I can do anything to it. I could change the color. I can make it blue, maybe a lighter blue. Yeah, maybe a stronger blue. There we go. I like that. And the button is going to say, here's your download. And all I need to do is, and I won't do this on screen just in the interest of time, but all I'm going to do is write a message as if I'm emailing a friend. And I'm going to say something along the lines of, I'm just so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you were interested in hearing the demo. And here it is down below. And all you have to do is click the button. You're going to be able to listen. Reply to this email letting me know what you think. And I can't wait to hear from you. All right. That's all I would say. And now all we need to do is upload our file so that it's held by the button. And you can also do this on the thank you page, by the way. You can also drag a button to the thank you page. All you'd have to do is just update the text. Like, awesome. Here is the button that will give you the download. right? So you can do the same thing. Any button can hold uh, a link, obviously, but it can also hold a file. And so you can set this up in multiple ways. I'm just showing you one of many ways you can use this tool. And yeah, Rebecca, you're noticing one of the professional features, which this is called a dynamic element here, right? So this is going to automatically populate the subscriber's name, and so that's awesome. It's a personalization feature, and that is built into the platform as well. So good catch there. So either on the page or in the email itself, I need to upload my file onto this button. So I'm going to click the button, I'm going to select the link. I'm going to select file. And then once I click here, I will be directed in the lightbox to my file manager. And with Active Brand, you do have unlimited file uploads. That is included in all the tiers. And just in case you guys were wondering, the platform is so affordable. Like, you're getting literally a whole suite of high-end marketing software for the same price as what you're already probably paying for Wix, Bandzoogle, or Squarespace. Uh, this is this just cannot be rivaled. But any of these tiers, no matter what you do, has unlimited file storage, which is excellent for musicians. So you're just going to click add folder. We're going to create a new folder that is titled My Music Downloads. And we'll just upload something really quick. Let me pull up a Finder window and I'll drag a song in here so you can see. Give me a few seconds to find it. But once we have our song that I am navigating to right now, let's see, we're going production folder. Let's grab something. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's grab this one. Here's an older song. I'll just drag this right in. Instantly uploads. Here's just a WAV file. And once I select it, need to make sure that the checkbox is selected. It is now, it is now attached to the email. And so all I have to do is click the select button, and this file, I probably clicked the button too soon before it was done uploading, but this file is now attached to this button. And now, and remember, I'll just write like a nice personalized message to the fan. Honestly, I'll just do it really quick. It's like, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Blah, 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 right? Maybe a little story of how much it means to you that writing the song. Here is your download at the button below. And then it's always great to add a PS. Yes. Hit reply and let me know what you think. Oops, sorry, I'm the typo king today. All right. And then I'm just going to hit save. And remember, this is all a test, but I can send a test email to myself to make sure it's all formatted correctly. I can always go back and edit. But remember, this is not an email blast. This is an automation that's getting triggered automatically based off of this form that I've created specifically for the subscriber. Let me save that. This is the form I just want to remind you of, right? And it's all going to happen automatically. It's a one-time setup. I just used a bunch of templates, guys. And even with all of my explanation, even with all of the tutorial and demoing that I'm doing, I set this whole thing up probably in 15, 20 minutes, even with all this extra explanation. And so one-time setup, it's forever valuable for your music. Honestly, what I would do is I would just continue sending people here. And sorry, wrong tab. And I would just, maybe add more GIFs, maybe make it a demo bundle, or maybe swap out the demo depending on what you're working on. Sky's the limit here, guys. But I realize that I've been showing you the tech for quite some time. that I want to open this up to your questions just to make sure that there's one more opportunity before we sign off for the day. But thanks so much for sticking around. If you guys are interested in trying out Active Brand, guys, it's so affordable. It's the price of any other website builder. It's plus you get all the professional marketing features. If you have any questions, now's the time to drop them in. Let me know what you are asking. And oh, Ian's asking a question about subscriber costs. No, that's actually that's incorrect. That's not the correct calculation. There's actually a pricing calculator right here, because Active Brand is a pay only for what you use platform. And the calculator's down here. If you hit 1,000 subscribers, it's actually only $19 a month for the email marketing, which is like a third of the price of Active Campaign or half the price of Active Campaign. It's definitely not $299 a month. I think that's, I know that it's a little confusing the first time, but just use this calculator and you'll see if you're moving over an email list, this platform 9 times out of 10, unless if you, I don't even know what platform would be cheaper than this. It's going to be more affordable on Active Brand, pretty much guaranteed. Obviously, I can't speak for every situation in the world, but yeah, the way it would go, and you do get 100 email subscribers for free with the starter plan, and 500 email subscribers for free in the growth plan if you want 2 websites and more funnels. So, and then the growth plan also comes with ChatGPT built in. That's what this AI assistant. So if you like AI, if you like ChatGPT to help you write your headlines, to help you write your emails, then that's what the growth plan is for. And if you're a solo artist and you also have a band, or if you're a band but you're also running your own record label, that's what the 2 website plan is for. And if you're an artist manager, the agency plan is for you. If you're managing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 artists, you're going to get a price break with the agency plan. And also you have the ability to add 100 website admins here. So you can add all of the artists, all of the bandmates, all the assistants. Everyone can be added into the agency. So yeah, to answer your question, Ian, it should be. I have not found a more cost-effective platform, especially for the features. Like, yes, you could get something more basic for cheaper. Like you could, run the basic tier of Wix that doesn't have any automation. Probably the only thing you can do is like one general welcome email that's not customized. Like it's one welcome email no matter where the subscriber comes from. But that's not really what you want if you're going to be having those specific one-on-one conversations that actually revolve around what's happening with your music today. So you want a more advanced tool, and there's nothing more affordable than this. Let's continue to hit your questions, and I'll drop this pricing calculator in the chat too, because this is going to be useful, especially if you already have a website and you want to move it over, or if you already have an email list and you want to move it over, you want to price compare. And remember, you get 100 subscribers for free. So if you want to move over a 500 subscriber list, you're actually going to get a 600 subscriber list for just $9. And it's really the best deal around. There's also FAQ on the bottom about the AI assistant, about everything. The transaction fees as well are 0%. So if you want to build your membership on this platform, if you want to have your Patreon moved over to a 0 fees platform, if you want to host your online course, if you want to host your coaching membership, this is a great platform to do it because there are 0% transaction fees. Of course, there's still the PayPal fees if you decide to use PayPal or Stripe, but the platform does not take any additional fees. I think Patreon takes an additional 8% or something like that. So guys, Let me know if you have any questions. In fact, Marcelo, throw them up on the screen because I know that you've been answering a few of them. And let's dig into your questions. They could be about anything. It could be about this platform. It could be about the training today. It could be about ideas on how to use your email list in conjunction with the actions that you're already going to be doing with your music anyways, right? People think that growing an email list is about promoting the newsletter, that people think it's about uh, you know spamming people, buy my stuff. It's not about that. Your mailing list is an extension of your brand, just like your social media content, just like your YouTube, just like your album and your music. And you're going to operate accordingly. You're going to use this highly personalized, highly automation ready tool just to build better relationships. So let's dig into your questions. Uh, Drop them in the chat. I'm so glad that we got to spend time together today. All right. Penelope has a question. Okay, I'm confused about these levels. I just buy the plan for Wix and off I go. No need to worry about number of subs. Yes, I'd love to explain that to you. So the way that Wix works is that you're actually just buying a website platform, and the email feature is really just a convenience for you. It's just to get you started. And we should even get Wix in here side by side. Let me pull it up in a new tab. Wix pricing. Let's see. Let me pull it up just in Google, and then I'm going to go. Let's see. Wix pricing. Is this the page? This is the right page, right? Okay. So, oh no, maybe it's compare. Oh, here it is. So, okay. So Wix, like $17 a month for the basic plan. First of all, you don't get unlimited storage. Active Brand has unlimited storage, and you don't even get that till the Business Elite. So that's for one. What are we looking at here? You only get 4 lead capture forms. That is interesting. With Active Brand, you get unlimited, by the way. Obviously, you're limited by the number of pages, right? So you get unlimited pages, but you have to make the page to put the form on. Let me know if I'm explaining this well, because I want to make sure I'm answering your exact question. But let's see what else we get. So honestly, I mean, I'll still compare it to the light plan. I know that we're trying to do a cost analysis here, and we want to see, like, what's the difference here? What am I getting? Let's see. Let's just compare it apples to apples. 29. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why they only give you 10 forms. You get unlimited pages, unlimited forms with Active Brand. They limit it. Automated marketing tools. Let's see. Send emails and chat messages to visitors, create tasks, notify teammates, and more. That's pretty cool. You can do the same exact thing with the automations here. You can actually create an automation that sends an email notification to your team. So it's like the same exact thing. They make it sound really cool. The site chat. What is this? Answer any visitor questions directly through your site. Yep, they got the same thing in Active Brand. The site chat is actually right here in messages. Let me stay and save. Here are all the submits, and you can reply to your submits in there. It's inactive, obviously, because this is just a demo website. But yeah, so I think what I'm gathering here is, like, yeah, you can accept payments, all this stuff. Okay. Like, yeah, this is interesting. Drop shipping stuff. So it's got integrations. Active Brand has integrations as well through Zapier. So you can do drop shipping. You can do anything. You can even integrate with MailChimp and any other. And then there's a lot of direct integrations, like Active Campaign is a direct integration. Google Analytics is a direct integration. Stripe and MailChimp, all of these, PayPal, are all direct integrations. So So yeah, I would say like as far as website builders go, you're getting a lot of benefits here. You're not limited to 25 products. You get 100 store products at the starter plan. You're not limited to just 10 forms. You have unlimited forms, unlimited pages. You're not limited to just what was that file storage? 50 gigs. Okay. I mean, what that's like a couple albums and a couple videos, right? So, yeah, you're definitely going to want the unlimited file storage that's offered here. Marketing funnels, I showed you what that is. I don't think Wix even talks about funnels at all. Um, yeah, not at all. So that feature is entirely missing. This is more of just like basic e-commerce, whereas with Active Brand, you get advanced e-commerce. So yeah, I'd say like Wix. I mean, obviously, Wix is a solid website platform, but we're just not comparing apples to apples. Active Brand is much more of a marketing suite in addition to your website, and I think the price just doesn't compare. Let me know what you think in the chat. All right, and yeah, well, I hope I'm answering your questions accurately and thoroughly. We got another one from Ian. Uh, Ian's asking, looks great. Does the community feature on Actibrand compare with Mighty Networks? Can I also create video playlists as well? So I know exactly what you're asking. I've used Mighty Networks before. You can create a video library that's members only. You can do that in Activebrand. Um, the one thing that Mighty Networks is, I would say, like very special, and is that Mighty Networks has has like a forum feature, like almost like a live chat forum. Okay, and that's one thing that Active Brand doesn't do. Um, what I would suggest is just pairing Active Brand with like a Discord forum, and you kind of have the power of both at your disposal. It's the same thing that you would do with Patreon, where you have your Patreon membership handling your members, handling your content, right? Handling your checkouts and sales, but you pair it with Discord for the forum. And so that is one thing that is truly special about Mighty Networks, is that Mighty Networks, I would say, is a forum platform first. Um, and then like you build your website on top of the forum. So that's kind of a cool thing. So they're not trying to do the same thing. Mighty Networks doesn't have any of the email automation features. All of the email automation features that Mighty Networks have are very much tied into the purchase actions and like the abandoned cart and the consumption aspects after you acquire the customer. Whereas Active Brand has all of that stuff too, but it has the ability to do more acquisition for getting that person to join in the first place. I hope that makes sense. But I'm a big fan of Mighty Networks. It truly is a unique platform. It is its own thing, I would say. Penelope's asking free trial for 2 weeks, right? So yes, you get the free trial for 2 weeks, and then what happens after 2 weeks is that you're prompted: do you want to make your website live, or do you want to just keep editing in the hidden mode, right? And so after 2 weeks, you can decide. You can decide. Yes, this is for me. I'm going to make the switch. I'm going to be more intentional with engaging my fans. Or if you decide this is not for me. Like I want to use some other software, or I'm happy with where I'm at. Then you can just either stay in hidden mode, and you can continue tweaking your website. That's totally fine. Um, but yeah, after 2 weeks, it'll just ask you what choice would you like to make? Which one's better for you? Hope that helps. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I feel like we covered a lot of ground. Oh yeah, speaking of, we do have a Discord server. It's actually it's a little meta because I was telling Ian The best thing to pair with an active brand website, and you get the full marketing suite. But if you want to pair a forum, pairing Discord is the best thing to do. And that's what we've done. So if you want to do the 14-day trial and you just want to ask questions, if you want a little bit of help, if you want to share your progress, if you have any questions after the stream that just didn't get covered while we were live, head over to the Discord server, which is the Active Brand Forum, where we're going to be here to just engage with you, to answer your questions, and to just help you along the way as you're exploring the platform. Because I know that there is a lot to dig into. There's a lot to dig into, including funnels. I'd love to answer this, JEO. Funnels are actually the category of tool that what I just showed you here. So we have our regular pages, and pages are static. It's like a home page, right? Pages are static. It kind of just shows you stuff. It shows you text, it shows you videos, shows you tour dates. But then what you're going to want to do if you want to be intentional with a user is you're going to want to put them in a funnel. And funnels, the best way I can describe it is where pages lead to other pages, right? Pages that are more intentional, that push a user through a set journey. And so this is an example of a funnel where you have step 1, step 2, step 3. And here's an example of step 1 of the funnel, right? And once they put in their email, they're going to move on to step 2 of the funnel. And right now, they can't actually get to step 3 because you've reserved step 3 for when the offer is expired. So that's the idea of what a funnel is. It's honestly just a cool tool to prepare an experience in advance for your fans, right? And it helps you deliver on your promise. So if you want to make a promise, get the latest demo for free, or get discounted tickets, or get 10% off of merch, get whatever. A funnel helps you deliver that promise automatically. You don't have to say like DM me and I'll reply to you, and then you're just like obviously just manually doing everything. Funnels are automatic. And interesting question: are funnels temporal in nature? So that's a great question. There's 2 ways to set up a funnel. You could set up what's called an evergreen funnel, which works year round, no matter what. You can reference it casually. You can link it wherever you want, and it's always going to be active and it's always going to be relevant. And then the other type, so that's called evergreen, kind of like an evergreen tree, The other type of funnel is a time bound or a time specific funnel where it has a clear start and an end, kind of like a sale. You know how a sale has a clear start and an end? And you can make your funnel like that as well, where all you need to do is maybe just add a countdown timer, perhaps. Let's just add a countdown timer right here. We can say that this timer is going to last for 20 days from now. Let's see. What is this interval? And this seems to not be updating properly. Oh, no, sorry. Wrong category. This is just numbers. I want to count down time. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's just say this offer is only going to be available for, let's say, 24 hours, right? A flash sale, right? That's what that usually is. We'll put 24 and 0 minutes, 0 seconds. So there you have it. So this is a limited time offer now. And there are a couple of cool features that you can do. You can make this what is this called? This is called gosh, what's the marketing word for this? Drawing a blank. But you can make this so that it's based on cookies, or you can just make it reset every time. And I always prefer having it based on cookies so that the timer doesn't reset. So I would leave this unchecked. And then when the countdown timer ends, you're going to want to go to step 3 of the funnel, right? So you're skipping step 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a page. We're going to go to the funnel step that says offer expired. And so when the countdown timer ends, this is all just going to be offer expired. And so that's a great way to create urgency in your offers, which is another part of, stacking your offer to make it very relevant. Urgency kind of changes the brain a little bit, and it makes them think like, oh, I'll just get this tomorrow, or I'll just get this when it's more convenient. Rather, it's like, oh, this is something that's limited time. Okay, let me just take a couple seconds to read this and see if I need to take advantage of this offer right now. So yeah, that was a great question. You can do either time bound or ongoing, evergreen, never expires. All right, everyone. I really appreciate your time today. Let me know in the chat if this was valuable. I really want to know if this is a topic that I should just continue doing. If you're loving this, let me know. I always love getting that feedback, and it helps me just to prepare future live streams, prepare future content. Also, let me know one thing. Obviously, we're about to end the stream, but let me know one thing that you want to learn next, either about this software, either about the whole email marketing concept that I described to you in the beginning of the video, to kind of changing your brain, where social media is a great tool, but it's not really the best thing for long-term nurture and growth. So let me know. I appreciate that. Go Mustangs. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys just sticking with me. I'm so glad that you guys took the time to hang out. Yeah, I hope this time was valuable for you guys. Thanks, Rebecca. So glad for being there. So Ian, platform is headquartered here in the US. Yes, it is. And I don't get Discord. It's okay. Our Discord is different than all the other Discords. We'll be there to help you figure out the platform if you don't know how to post or don't know how to do anything. So no worries, guys. It was so great hanging with you today. I'm going to do some more live streams soon, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And yeah, appreciate your time today. Appreciate you hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys in a future stream. After we end this stream, head on over to Active Brand and just go ahead and start a free trial. It's 0 risk. It's not going to charge your card if you don't want to actually use it. It's actually very low risk. And I just want you to see all of these tools for yourself and try a few templates. Use some of the marketing funnels that I showed you, because everything that you saw, I've uploaded into the platform. It's actually available for you to actually just take and use for yourself. So check it out. It's really worth it. If you decide that it's not for you, no sweat. I just want you to just see for yourself, because I want you to have the best tools for your music growth. And I truly think that this platform really solves a unique problem, and it's going to be really great. So thanks so much. Thanks for hanging out. Really good to be with you all, and I'll see you in a future video on the channel. Take care, everyone.